Redundancy. Everyone knows what this means, right?
Redundancy occurs when employers reduce their workforce because a position is no longer required.
Bob is a consultant. He's going to be sort of seeing if there are some ways we can make things run a little more smoothly around here.
But wait, what about this type of redundancy? When a writer unnecessarily repeats something, that's redundancy? Wait, here's another one.
You can still provide redundancy to a server using multiple...
Okay, now I'm thoroughly confused. Let's check the dictionary and clear this up. So, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, it means a situation in which someone loses their job because their employer does not need them. For instance, the economic downturn has meant 10,000 redundancies in the Northeast. But it also means the unnecessary use of more than one word or phrase meaning the same thing. Let me scroll down a bit. Cambridge has a whole lot of other examples for the definition of redundancy. Functional redundancies in a system. Or how about this one? In order to successfully communicate with an audience, we have to rely on the redundancies already proven to work within the small neighborhoods. Or this one. Practically, a cable manipulator with 16 cables has too many redundancies.
Wait, come back.
Well, look who decided to show.
You were supposed to be here 4 hours ago.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have come at all. Jerk off!
But let's not forget genetic redundancy either. Some science jargon. The redundancy in the genetic code has the effect of making genes less susceptible to mutation. What does that mean? We humans are built of proteins. Proteins are built of little chemicals called amino acids. For our human bodies to be built without excessive mutations and problems, we need redundancy in the genetic code. Check more on Wikipedia, Google, or the Khan Academy if you're curious to know more about this. Nature is redundant for a reason. Natural redundancy is a failsafe. It's a fallback. It's a backup. Redundancy is integral to all life. Human life, animal life, the life of flora and fauna, the life of microorganisms. Without natural redundancy, you wouldn't have been born. Redundancy is a contingency. Your car has 4 tires. Why do you keep a spare tire in the back? Isn't having 5 tires redundant? When one tire fails, you've got the 5th tire to replace the failed one. That's redundancy.
Thank you, young man.
It's nothing, ma'am. I had the tire and the jack. Just be comfortable, all right?
As we've already seen in the business world, redundancy has, in effect, become another word for fired.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired!
You're fired, but your employer will throw you some money while you look around for another job.
Excuse me, General, but what about the money?
This understanding of redundancy is the widespread contemporary interpretation. It stems from the McKinsey or other business management, business consultant mindsets. What redundancy means in business consultant work is waste, not resiliency, not a backup. Look for waste, say such consultants. Cut back. Efficiency is best. Efficiency makes money. Your firm doesn't need this position. You have excess cash that could be reinvested. Have you considered loan notes? They're efficient.
They're bringing in a consultant.
Bob is a consultant.
You have to interview with this consultant. They call them efficiency experts, but what you're really doing is interviewing for your own job.
One might argue that natural redundancy has nothing to do with business redundancy, but it does. Redundancy is not waste.
Yeah.
A business with redundancy, like a natural organism with redundancy, is a business with resiliency, flexibility, knowledge, adaptability. A business which believes redundancy is waste is a business that makes cutbacks or short-term decisions in exchange for short-term gains.
I'm not finished, Wu. Yes, you are.
Unless you're a startup cultist, you probably want your business to last. You can't make it last if you slice it and dice it, if you remove positions and fire employees, give them a cash handout that's a tiny percentage of your firm's income.
What if, and believe me, this is so hypothetical. But what if you were offered some kind of a stock option equity sharing program? Would that do anything for you?
If you view redundancy as the unneeded, you're risking your business performance. You're reducing your ability to compete. You're risking your business's potential for growth and long-term survival. The business that decides to worship at the altar of efficiency is the business that is vulnerable to market shifts or to increased workload demands. It's inflexible. It's the business that will lose its reputation, the business that ultimately, whether in the short, medium or long term, will lose revenue.
Listen, I'm gonna go. Good luck with your layoffs, all right? I hope your firings go really well.
This type of thinking must be discarded. It's antithetical to business and to human nature. It is physiologically unnatural and unnatural in the commercial field. Ignore the management gurus. Embrace redundancy. Embrace resiliency. Your business will be robust, will sustain growth, and will thrive.
Oh, Peter, what's happening? Listen.
I've got an insatiable appetite for life, and I want more, more, more.